Hi there, this is Ranjit from tech2buzz.com, and in this video we're going to do the full review of this Karbonn A18 Android phone. And this is a budget Android phone from Karbonn, and it sells in India for about less than 10,000 bucks. The MRP printed on the box is 12,990, but you can get this mobile in the local markets for just less than 10,000. And I want to thank Faisal Communications for providing this unit for review. And Faisal Communications quoted me a price of around 9,500 for this mobile. So let's have a look at the same. And first, let me give you a physical overview of this phone. The screen is a 4.3 inch screen. It's IPS screen, and on the front we have this earpiece grill. We also have a front facing camera that's a 1.3 megapixel. We also have a ambient light sensor. You can't see it, but it works. And we have a proximity sensor. And on the bottom we have 4 touch type capacitive buttons, that's home, menu, back and search. And out of the box this phone comes with ice cream sandwich. And on the top actually we have this 3.5mm headphone jack. The power on off button is strangely here in the middle, and we have this micro USB slot that will be used for charging over the top itself. On this side actually we have nothing, and on the bottom we have just one pinhole for the microphone. And again on this side we just have the volume rocker. And moving towards the back, we have a 5 megapixel camera that has autofocus and touch to focus functionality. We also have a LED flash, and also we have a small hole over here for the microphone. And we have this Karbonn logo over here, and the speaker grill is over here. The back is actually made up of plastic. I'm not very fond of it, and it's a glossy plastic, so it's a fingerprint magnet. And also I do not like the back cover a lot, because if you squeeze it a little bit, you can hear this creaking sound. So the back cover quality, I did not like it, because if you press it, it makes sound. And the bezel is silver in color. This is again plastic, thick plastic. And overall I would say the build quality is okay, but not that great, just because of the back cover. The phone is not very heavy, but again I won't say it's the lightest of the phone, but it's comfortable. And let me just switch on the phone. And the battery that Karbonn decided to put in this phone is a 1500 milliampere battery. And as this phone has 2 SIMs, but remember that the first SIM is only 3G, the second SIM is just GSM only, and the 3G speed supported are up to 7.2 Mbps. And out of the box this phone runs on ice cream sandwich. So let me show you the same. And if you go to about the phone, it says that it's running the Android version 4.0.3, that is the ice cream sandwich, and the model number is Karbonn A18. And let us also look at the storage. Karbonn decided to have a peculiar storage. It's divided into 2 parts, that is internal storage and the internal SD card storage. The internal storage by default we get is around 500 MB, and the internal SD card storage we get is about 2 GB, and you can also add a micro SD card to expand the storage. I would say when you buy this phone, click this preferred install location. It will be default to the let the system decide and change it to internal storage. Because with internal storage we get 2 GB of space, that is ample for apps. Otherwise it will be restricted to just 500 MB. So in terms of storage, I feel there is no problems. I also added a 2 GB SD card, as you can see, and it works fine. So that's a nice thing. Storage is not an issue with the phone. Also the display is actually pretty good. It is IPS, as you can see. The colors are very nice. I like the colors very much, and if you tilt the screen also, the colors stay put. And the resolution is 800 by 480 pixels. And as you can see, it looks like the stock Android experience. Karbonn did not modify it much. They didn't modify this quick toggle buttons, and I feel that that's good that they have here, because it's so easy to toggle between Wi-Fi, GPS, extra using the same. Other things haven't been touched a lot, so you do get kind of a stock Android experience. But as this is a dual SIM phone, so we have the SIM management button over here. And we Karbonn also added this one more thing called audio profiles that we generally don't find in stock Android experience. So they have done a little bit of customization, but it's kind of a good thing. It's not overly customized. And we do get 5 home screens like we get in the normal ICS, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and this is the app tray. And if you move towards the other end, you get to the widgets directly. And I'm going to hit the home button. One thing that Karbonn decided to have is these old style capacitive buttons. That's the home, menu, back and search, and but it does not have a dedicated multitasking button. But if you press the home button for a while, you do get this ICS style multitasking button, and it works fine. For example, let's kill the settings button. You just swipe it and it gets killed. And the Wi-Fi also on this works pretty well. I have connected to Wi-Fi. Now let's switch on the default browser, and default it takes us to Karbonn Mobiles. Let's just go to tech2buzz.com now. And also I feel typing on this phone is pretty easy because the screen width is pretty wide, and if you compare it with my Galaxy Nexus, you see almost the screen is that much wide, so it's pretty comfortable to type around. And it has loaded the Tech2Buzz site, and as you can see, the pinch to zoom is also pretty nice. It's silky smooth. Again, some people are asking me about flash. Do note that Adobe has disabled flash from the market, and Android also is now not recommending flash, so it's been pulled out of the Android Play Store. So flash is not pre-installed on this phone, but you can install it via third party, but I'm not going to get into this. I just wanted to say that everything works fine on this phone, and it has loaded that web page. It's in the portrait view. Let's move to the landscape and let's see how quickly it does. And as you can see, it quickly moves from portrait to landscape. Let's just go back, and yes, it does it quickly. Now let me also show you the YouTube player app. Let's search for my own channel, that is Kiki Ranjit, and let's look at this Karbonn A18 unboxing video. Let's go to this orientation, and as you can see, it plays it in the high quality without any issues. Let me lower the volume. So playing back YouTube videos won't be an issue with this phone. It plays them without any issues. Let me pause that and go back. And this is the YouTube app. Pretty nifty, I would say. Let's get out, and I hold the home, and let's close all this. Let's go to the web browser once again, and let's go to a heavy site like Engadget. And it's taking us to the mobile version of Engadget, and if you noticed how quickly it loaded, and the kinetic scrolling also is very smooth, I would say. And let's go to the full desktop version. And it loaded that also. It's still loading, actually, it's not fully loaded. And it has loaded the Engadget website, the desktop version. And let us try to do the pitch to zoom gesture. Again, it's okay. It's not the fastest, I would say. As you can see, there's a little bit of jerkiness, but overall I would say it does the job, and it's okay. So in terms of web browsing, it is not the best, but again, considering the price of this phone, it will be okay for doing web browsing. So that's the web browser. Let me get out of the same. And now moving towards the media playback, I tried to test this phone with quite a few videos and stuff, and I have to say it does play back 720p videos, but it is not the best experience, I would say. I could play back a few of the videos. Let me go to the file manager. Let me go to the external file manager. And these are some of the files. Let me start with this speed 720p file, and and let me show you the same. I'm going to use the MX player, and we're going to start over. If you notice it closely, it's not very smooth. There is a little bit of jitteriness. It's not smooth, and the audio is also not there in this video. Let me show you with one more. This is a Transformers trailer. Again, this is 720p. I'm going to hit start over. Let me increase the volume. Again, as you can see, there's a little bit of jerkiness. The motion is not very smooth, and this was the sort of experience I had with 720p media. It could play back it, but it was not very smooth. It was skipping a few frames, like the one it does that. So I would say you can play back 720p media on this, but it won't be super smooth. At times when there is a lot of action, it will skip some frames. So let me get out of the same. With 1080p content, I did not have any luck. This No.mp4 is a 1080p video, and it could not play that properly. And you can see just the audio is coming, and I'm going to change the rendering type to software decode. And if I do that and hit play, as you can see, there's a lot of jerkiness. It's not smooth. So I would say I would restrict the playback to 720p, ideally to 480p for video content. Moving towards the camera, the rear facing camera is 5 megapixel, and I have to say it's pretty decent for a 5 megapixel shooter. It's not outstanding, but pretty good. I have actually made a completely different video regarding the camera performance of this phone, so you can check out that. But you do get features like tap to focus, and it quickly takes the snaps. And as you can see, this is the snap we took, and it is pretty good. And the video also, it can shoot in 720p, and but I was not very impressed with the video quality. The video was very soft, and it was in the 3GP format. So if you want to know more about the camera performance, you should check out the other video that I made regarding the same. Moving towards the front facing camera, it's a 1.3 megapixel camera, and it does support popular video applications like Skype, etc. And I was able to use it on Skype, and it is pretty clear, but again, it is not very clear. I expected a little bit more from a 1.3 megapixel camera, but again, it is way better than the 0.3 megapixel cameras that we get on budget Android phones. So I was pretty satisfied with the video. So I was pretty satisfied with the video playback on Skype with this phone. And let me show you some of the snaps that I took with this phone. Let's go to the gallery app. Let's go to the camera, and these were the snaps that I took, and they came out to be pretty good, I would say. In outdoors, indoors they were pretty soft. So you should check out my other video in which I do the camera review of this phone. I would say it does a fine job outside, and the color reproduction also was pretty good in my opinion. Now let's do some benchmarking, and for the first benchmark, let me run this Nina-Mark 2 test, and this tests the GPU performance. And if you can see, I ran it earlier and I got a score of 23.7 FPS. Let us run that again. And I also tested this phone with some other games also, some heavy 3D games, and it was able to run them without any issues. I wouldn't say that it will be able to run the latest, all the 3D games, but most of the 3D games without any issues. The thing is that it has just 512 MB of RAM, and the processor is a single core 1 GHz, but the GPU is a dedicated PowerVR X GPU, and the Nina-Mark test is almost done. And as you can see, it got a score of 23.5, and that's a very good score for a budget Android phone. And let's publish the scores. And according to Nina-Mark, the GPU on this is PowerVR SGX 531. So that's a very respectable score for a Nina-Mark score. And let us do one more thing. I'll show you some of the games, but before that, let me kill all the apps. And and let's go to this task manager app tray, and here also I make sure I have no other apps running. And I want to show you this app called Android System Info. And as you can see, when nothing is running on the phone and we have killed everything, out of the 512 MB we get 232 MB of RAM free. That's pretty good, I would say. And let me also show you the CPU on this phone, and it's a ARM V7 processor, and it is based on the MT6575 chipset, and it's a 1 GHz processor. So that's for the processor and RAM. So overall, I would say in my operations the phone was okay to use. There were not many noticeable lags. At times there were minor lags, but again it's nothing like a deal breaker. As you can see, it does it fine. Occasionally I found a lag or two, but it's not every time. So that's very nice. Now let me show you the touch sensitivity by using this Temple Run game, and the touch sensitivity was also pretty good on this phone. So let's load this Temple Run game. And let's play this game. And as you can see, it plays this game without any issues. The screen is pretty touch sensitive, and I was impressed with the same. No issues. So let me get out of this game now, and let's kill that game. And I also tested some heavy other games with this phone. So let me show you the Dead Trigger game. This is a 3D game, and it's going to take a while to load because it's a big game. It is about 147 MB or so. And let's start this game. I'll accept this. You can download this game from the Android market. It's known as Dead Trigger. Also, another good thing that I liked about this phone is that every phone heats up a little bit when you are stressing it, like playing games, etc. But it didn't become very hot. It was just warm. So this is Dead Trigger, and as you can see, no issues with the same. And we got to kill zombies here. And it plays this game without any issues. And as you can see, you can zoom in and kill them. So that is Dead Trigger, and it plays beautifully on this game, on this phone. And let me kill that one. And let's also try another game called Frontline Commando. And this is Frontline Commando. Let me load the volume. Let me lower the volume, and again it takes some time to load this game. And this is Frontline Commando, and let me start the mission. And again, you can download this game again from the Android Play Market. So this is the game, and let me change. And as you can see, it plays this game without any issues. So pretty smooth. So this is Frontline Commando. So as you can see, you can play 3D games also on this phone without any issues. Now moving to the keyboard, as I already said, it is pretty clear. Let me type in a new message. Let's try here. This is and we do get this predictive text over here on the top, and we also get this Android voice recognition. Let me try that. This is a test, and as you can see, it was able to work with that, so no issues with that. So the keyboard was pretty good. One little bug that I found with the phone is sometimes when you change the orientation, it does not change quickly. It takes time, but as you can see, it's doing fine now, but at times it did not do it quickly. So the keyboard is also good. Now let me run this quadrant benchmark also for you guys, and I'm going to run to full quadrant benchmark, and I'm just going to go skip to the scores because this is going to take some time to do the same. And as you can see, the quadrant test is done, and let's have a look at the scores. And our device got a score of 2375, and it's an exceptional score for a single 1 gigahertz Android phone, because even my Galaxy Nexus, which has a dual core processor, gets a score of about 2250. So let me just break up the score. The total score is 2375. Out of that, the CPU got a score of 2254, the memory is 3163, IO got a score of 4152, 2D a score of 513, and 3D a score of 1792. Again, a very awesome score for a quadrant score. So that's the quadrant score. And now let me show you the dialer. And as it's a dual SIM, you can adjust it. And let me just make one call. Let's make a call to this. Let's make a normal voice call, not a video call. And I'm going to show you the speaker phone. Okay, kept it on. At full volume, I would say that it the voice breaks a little bit. The speaker, I would say, is okay, but not very good. Don't keep it at max volume because the volume cracks at that. So what do I feel about this phone? This is an excellent phone by Karbonn. It's a budget Android phone, and in my testing, I did not face any major issues with the phone. There are times when you will notice a lag or something like that. It just happened, but it's not a deal breaker, I would say, and it does not happen every time. And it's a very decent phone and does the job beautifully. And also the GPU on this phone is pretty good, and as you can see, it can also play back many of the 3D games without any issues. And it got a good quadrant score and Ninamark score. So considering all those factors, I would say for the price that this phone is selling in India, that is just below 10,000 rupees or so, this is a good Android phone by Karbonn. I hope you found this video review helpful. That's it for now. This is Ranjit from tech2buzz.com, and I hope to see you in my next video.